My car kicked up a cloud of dust as I rolled into Oak Creek. The GPS had given up 10 miles back, just like the cell signal. Locals at the last gas station I passed looked at me like I was chasing a ghost. According to them, Oak Creek wasn't there. It had been, sure, but now just an empty spot on the map, but my editor had caught a whisper of it, a town that simply blinked out of existence. So he sent me, and here I was, pulling up to a town square that looked like it was pulled straight from a postcard. Tidy storefronts, a vintage diner, a white steepled church. It was real, all right, too real. I checked into the only motel, the Sleepy Hollow Inn. The clerk, a kind-faced woman named Clara, smiled a little too brightly. "First time in Oak Creek, hun?" I told her I was a journalist here to write about the town. Her smile didn't waver, but her eyes did. "Not much to write about," she said. Same old, same old. I spent the day talking to people, the sheriff, the baker, the mechanic. They were all friendly, almost unnervingly so. Everyone insisted everything was perfectly normal. But there was a strange tension in the air, a script they were all reading from. When I asked about the town disappearing from maps, they'd just chuckle and change the subject. That night, a storm rolled in, a fierce, unnatural tempest that shook the walls of my motel room. The next morning, I woke up to bright sunshine. I grabbed my notes and headed to the diner. The waitress set down a coffee. "First time in Oak Creek, hun?" she asked, her smile identical to the day before. I froze. It was the same waitress, the same question. I looked around. The same people were in the same booths, having the same conversations. My blood ran cold. I ran to the motel. Lara was at the desk. "First time in Oak Creek, hun?" The exact same smile. The exact same vacant look in her eyes. I realized with dawning horror, this wasn't just another day, it was the same day. The town was resetting. Every conversation, every action, every single detail was a repeat. I was trapped in a loop. I tried to leave. I floored it down the main road, the same road I'd driven in on. But no matter how long I drove, the town's welcome sign just kept reappearing in my rearview mirror. I was tethered to this place. I confronted the sheriff, showing him my notes from the day before. He stared at them, his folksy charm finally cracking. Fear flickered in his eyes. "You remember?" he whispered. He told me it had been happening for weeks. One day the storm came, and the next morning everything reset. They were all aware of it, trapped in this endlessly repeating Thursday. They were actors in a play they couldn't escape, their memories wiped clean with every sunrise. But my arrival had changed something. I remembered. I was an anomaly. Days turned into weeks, but for everyone else it was always Thursday. I became the town's memory, its historian of a single repeating day, but a chilling thought began to take hold. My editor hadn't called. No one from the outside world had come looking for me. I tried my phone again for the 1,000th time. No signal. I logged into the library's ancient computer, my last hope. I searched my name, my paper, my articles. Nothing. It wasn't just that the world had forgotten Oak Creek. It was starting to forget me too. My digital footprint was vanishing. I was being erased, absorbed into the town's temporal void. I wasn't just a visitor anymore. I was a resident. The town hadn't just disappeared from the map. It was pulling me in with it, one repeating day at a time. The question was no longer how I could save them, but whether any of us could be saved at all.